One local dairy farm still struggling after a tornado ripped through Waynesboro 2 weeks ago. It destroyed several buildings. 2 cows had to be euthanized because of injuries during the storm. News Channel 6's Jason Nappi went back to Southern Swiss Dairy to check on the rebuilding process.
It was really bleak right then. I mean, we thought we were so fortunate to have no cows killed under the barns, but I mean, that was just the initial analysis.
Rubble. That's all that is left of concrete buildings and barns after last month's tornado ripped through the Southern Swiss dairy farm. Ginny Frank's dairy farm suffered significant losses to her herd of cattle.
We're still having some cattle problems, and we'll probably endure that for another year with pregnancies and stuff, and milk production.
Mrs. Frank says a sudden drop in atmospheric pressure caused some of her cattle to give birth too soon due to stress. Those calves didn't make it.
The atmospheric pressure that comes through with the storms like this, with a tornado and a hurricane, that affect the reproduction of the cattle.
That means the cattle death toll has more than doubled since the storm hit 2 weeks ago. It's now up to 5. These cows aren't just numbers to Frank's. They have names too. And last night, one of the older cows died due to stress from the storm. Now an emotional Frank says the whole farm is in jeopardy.
It's the future. I mean, if we can make it this next year, I think we'll be out of the clear, but it's just trying to make sure that we can actually get that, to that point. So.
Ever since the tornado hit, each day has been harder than the last.
Whenever you come and see who's come back in heat, who's lost a baby, who's sick, whose injuries are bleeding again, it's just each day's a struggle in itself. So.
Despite suffering such a big loss, the Franks family continues to work to rebuild their dairy farm. They're waiting for an estimate from the insurance company to see what's going to be covered from that rough stuff, and boy, was it rough.